Alright, in this video we're going to multiply, add and subtract, and simplify simple radicals. Alright, and we're working on day B of the homework worksheet. So you have radical 5 times radical 2, and we're multiplying, so you're going to multiply inside times inside, outside times outside. So there's nothing on the outside, so we can keep it simple. And then so the inside is going to be 5 is on the inside of the radical, 2 is in the inside of the radical, so it's going to be 5 times 2, or just radical 10. Now this is the answer because you can't simplify radical 10 anymore. The only two factors that you have are 5 and 2, so there's nothing common for you to take out. Alright, number 2, radical 5 times radical 5. What you're going to find is when you multiply the same radicals, right? This is the same thing as taking radical 5 and squaring it. When you multiply the same radicals, you get this situation. And you could look at it this way. Well, this is radical 25. What's the square root of 25? Well, the square root of 25 is 5. You can also look at it like, oh, you have two sets of 5, so they come out as a 5. There's nothing left behind, so you just have radical 1. Basically, the radical sign disappears, and your answer would be 5. So, lesson to be learned: when you multiply radical with the same radical, the radical sign goes away and you're left with just the inside. So that means that something like this equals 3. Alright, number 3. Okay, this one's longer, so we need to be more careful with this one. It says radical 2a cubed 7 times 5 radical . Alright, so you're going to multiply outside with outside. The 5 is in the outside, but what's on the outside here? It's an understood 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Now the inside of the radical. Inside of the radical is this one and that one. 2 times 6 is 12. Okay. A to the cubed times a is a to the 4th. B to the 7th times b to the 5 is b to the 12th. Oh no, my video is ruined. Alright, we're multiplying number 3. This expression times that expression, so we did 1 times 5. And then we multiply the insides of the radical, put it all underneath it. So we did 2 times 6 is 12. A to the 3rd times a gives us a to the 4th. B to the 7th times b to the 5th gives us b to the 12th. Remember, same base, add the exponents. So now we have to simplify this, and we know that the 12 is 6 times 2, and the 6 is 2 times 3. And then we go ahead and we rewrite this. Two times 3 times 2. Rewrite the variables. We have a pair of 2's, so a 2 comes out. We have 4 a's, so we can make 2 pairs. We have 12 b's, so we can make 6 pairs. So the outside, all of this is what we multiplied. So 5 times 2 is going to be 10. A squared, b to the 6. Radical, what's left? Just the 3. So that's going to be your answer. Let's go ahead and do another one. Alright, let's look at number 4. It says the square root of a to the 3rd b times the square root of bc to the 3rd. So all you have is stuff on the inside of your radicals, so you're just going to go ahead and put it all under the radical. So we have a to the third, and there's no a here. There's a b and a b, so you've got b squared, and there's c, 3 c's. And I say you have 3 a's, how many pairs can you make? Well, you can make 1 pair, and you'll have an a left over. You have 2 b's, so you can make 1 pair. You have 3 c's, so you can make a pair, and you'll have a c left over. And so you rewrite this a, b, c, which is what goes on the outside, and ac, which is in the inside of the radical. Let's see. And how about number 6? Number 6 is a radical 2x to the 7th times x, 6x to the 4th. And so you multiply the outsides, outside times outside, inside times inside. So 2 times 6 is 12. X to the 7th, x to the 4th is x to the 11th. And now you just go ahead and you simplify the inside. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite it. A to the x, 2 times 3 times 2, x to the 11th. You got a pair of 2's. Now you have 11. How many pairs can you make? Well, you can make 5 pairs. 5 times 2 is 10, but you'll have an extra x. And your final answer will be a to the x. Oh, my bad. We need to multiply all of this. 2a x to the 6, because you have 5 here and 1 here, square root 3x. All right, let's look at number 7, just to make sure we have this concept. Every time you square something, that's radical 8 times radical 8, which means you're just going to get 8. All right, once again, this one you have to be careful because you have a negative 4 in front, okay? And so this is negative 4 radical 5 times negative 4 radical 5. And this is what I mean, you have to be careful because negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. And inside the radical, you have this. Now, I mean, there's different ways of doing this. You could say, oh, well, that's just 16 times radical 25. Radical 25 is a 5. So then this one's just going to be 80. Or you could say, oh, look, I have 2 5s. So they come out as a single 5. So now I have 16 times 5, which is 80. Your choice how you want to look at that. Once again, let's do it just to make sure that we're taking this concept home. You're squaring a radical, so it's like saying negative 3 radical x times negative 3 radical x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Radical x times radical x is just x. All right, let's do a little bit of addition. So we have 8 radical 3 plus 5 radical 3. You have like terms here, right? 8 plus 5, radical 3. So the radical 3 is going to stay the same. You're going to add the outside. 8 plus 5 is 13 radical 3.